Hi there, my name is Phelan Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And I have been watching Doctor Who. You know, I really don't need to say I've been watching Doctor Who. I'm always watching Doctor Who. I love watching Doctor Who. I really, I do have a lot of videos where I'm like grumpy and complaining about Doctor Who, especially, the current Doctor Who. But I just adore Doctor Who. I love it. So when I say I've been watching Doctor Who, you can normally take that as read. But before we get into the particular Doctor, let's get into it. Let's get into it now. I've been watching the pilot, which is season 10, episode 1. Season 10 is a much maligned season. That season 10 is when people said the rot had really set in with Doctor Who, and I want to disagree with that strongly. But this is that's one of the reasons why I went back and watched it. Also, I'm doing a whole rewatch of the Capaldi years, which is really. Bit of a revelation going through it, like with hindsight. So it's like I really reckon. Also, I watched Rose this week as well. So I thought I watched the first pilot, the first reinvention of Doctor Who in this modern era. So I wanted to watch the last one before the current era began, the Chibnall Whittaker era, which I just if you see my video, you know how much I just hate it. Hate it with every fibre of my being. So so that's why I'm been going back and watching other Doctor Who, because it's important to remember why I love Doctor Who, like why you love what you love, which is really the essence of this episode, the pilot, which I'm going to get into in a second. But before we get there, if you like your independent voices here on YouTube, if you can consider hitting that subscribe button, go ahead and hit it now. Listen, we're all in the apocalypse together right now, baby. Hit that subscribe button. Make a rabbi happy today. Not just any rabbi. I always say me, but you want to make a random rabbi happy. I have nothing against it, but you can hit the subscribe button as well. That's great. Go check the video notes. There is a download link for an audio Doctor Who adventure starring Nicholas Briggs, made in the mid-80s. By a fan group called Audio Visuals that grew up to become Big Finish. Also, you could win this Blu-ray this week. We're giving away, I think, Sunday, Monday, around there. Breaking Bad Season 2. Fantastic season of TV. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribing being the very important part, and then leaving the hashtag I am the one who knocks. Now, I will hopefully get this out to you soon-ish. I got a whole stack of these to mail out, and I'm really embarrassed. I'm so behind. I really got to do it. But anyway, it will get you in the fullness of time. I just don't know how. I mean, assuming civilization is still running and we have a postal service, which, who knows? All bets are off. So anyway, I've been watching Doctor Who in our confinement, so the pilot. So the first thing to note that Capaldi, from what I understand, had a 5-year plan about how he's going to play the Doctor, and that could tell to a 3-year plan. So the first year was him, like, his first moments as a Doctor, his first year as a Doctor. I was going to say Doctor Who Year 1, that was season 8. I think it's more like month 1. He was a Doctor for a short amount of time. The second year was when he inhabited the mantle of the Doctor. I am the Doctor. That's where he was by then. So I think we're going to get another couple of years of that. But again, alas, he got thrown out, from what I can tell, when Chibnall came in, because he wanted to do his plans, which involved very much a female Doctor. So it's kind of tragic, really, because so this was his final year. And his final year is now I think he wanted to show the entire life cycle of a regeneration. So this season 8 was his very young. Season 9 was he become the Doctor. He was the Doctor, and now season 10, which is his final season, is him in retirement. He's old. He's lived and he's done. He's looking for a quiet retirement now. And much like Professor Chronotis, his hero, he's retiring to be a professor in a university. They never tell you which university. Did they tell you which university it is? I don't know. Is he at Cambridge? I really can't remember. But and there's some lovely touches to his study. You see the picture of Susan and River Song on his desk. River Song must be dead now, like for a couple of 100 years from his timeline. Yeah, what I really like, there's a little like cup with pens and stuff in it, but you got like these old Sonics in it. The Pertwee Sonic and the Tom Baker Sonic screwdriver in there. Yeah, and they look just very realistic, but it's just this like little throwaway thing. But the real, the big reset button on this was Bill Potts. Bill Potts, fan freaking tastic. She was a breath of fresh air. I really didn't like the Clara years at all when I watched them. Again, I went back and did a full rewatch. This rewatch of Capaldi actually started as a rewatch of Clara, because the first year I thought was pretty good. And yeah, I'd say everything seems better. Everything seems better now. But Bill Potts, I like straight away. I liked how she was very very naturalistic. I like Pearl Mackie. I think her performance is really great. I think the way they wrote for her was great. She's so young. She's so I just love her character. The doctor says, I like the way you smile when you're confused rather than when you frown. And that really is Bill Potts' character. I don't know how much of the Bill Potts character, or that Moffat wrote, or how much is Paul Mackey's interpretation. But it works. It really works. It works fantastic. What doesn't work is the really agonizing shoehorn dialogue put in by the BBC's inclusivity and diversity policy, which is just horrible. Which is okay. It's a major plot point that she's gay, which is fine, no problem at all. But most gay people I know, most people I know, well, they don't just come and start telling you about their love life and who they fancy straight away. Especially gay people. Gay people will before they say, "Oh, I fancy that guy," will mention, "Oh, I'm gay, by the way." Like most people, it's the way people. It's the way people interact, It's the way normal people talk, but not in the BBC world, the weird BBC world where they're like, which one to say, "Hi there, I'm gay, and that's so normal. I'm so normal that I'm so." Yeah. The problem with this diversity and inclusive policy is is that I think the BBC wrote it in the 1950s. Then they have this 1950s view of the world, like, "Oh my gosh, there's a female in charge? Surely not." Oh, what? That young lady is a homosexual? Oh no! That's not normal, and we don't have that sort of. We're not down for that sort of thing. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's painful. And the thing that's really annoying is that the BBC feel like they're like storming the beaches of Normandy, punching Nazis in the faces by doing this, by screaming things are normal, which have been normal for legitimately decades. The only thing that's making them not normal is the BBC going, "This is normal! This is super not..." I know. Okay, honestly, nobody has a problem with whoever anybody sleeps. Nobody. No, and just to reiterate how much nobody has a problem with it. I'm a freaking rabbi, okay? I'm like a real rabbi, which means my whole morality is very Old Testament. It's quite literally Old Testament. The Old Testament isn't so, pro LGBTQ plus or LGBTQ. Did I put a B in, didn't I? I hope I put the B. Look, the B's. If I forgot the B, I apologize. You're there. But my whole morality. But I also, don't believe that Jesus is going to be resurrected either. But I'm still friends with Christians as well, and I like them and I respect them. We just have a difference. So it's like you can like people who don't share your worldview 100%. You type people who share your worldview 95%. It's very very easy. All it takes is not being a massive dick, which apparently is one of the requirements to work at the BBC now. Fine, so a little bit more realism with just a tiny subtle bit of more realism with Bill Potts and less agenda would have made all the difference in the freaking universe. And it'll be such a tiny change. It would be virtually nothing, and it would have just made everything flip inside. I was watching this season 26 Blu-ray, and somebody was talking about Paradise Tower. Was it? It's either that, or I was listening to a Big Finish. Was it the sequel to Greatest Show in the Galaxy? Wasn't very good, by the way. So I was either that, and they're talking about Paradise Towers, and I said, which is not a great story from the McCoy era. That'll be this first year. And they said if they just shot it on location in like a derelict housing estate, derelict city block, and they cast. They did two different castings. They cast somebody as differently as Pex, and they didn't cast Richard Briers as the chief architect. That would have been a fat freaking awesome story, and I so see that. I really do say same thing with. But so listen, I understand that's what you're watching it, and that was your overriding impression because it's so like, oh, hello everybody, I'm gay. It was so like stuck out. It's really not that big deal. You can like you just if you just get over a couple of speeches from her, then everything's fine. Okay, you can just fast forward them and it's fine. So the other part of the puzzle that they're putting together for this new building blocks for season 10 is Matt Lucas's Nardo. Not as successful as Paul Mackey's Bill Potts. No, he's not terrible. He's a bit of comic relief. He probably could have done better with doing pretty much anything else. But again, he's not terrible, and it's kind of fun to have a little bit of comic relief. I can live with it. I can totally live with it. And the final thing they're setting up is literally a mystery box. They put a mystery box in, and it does seem like, oh, we're setting this up as a plot device for later in the season. This mystery box, this mysterious mystery box. So yeah, that's not so great either. Okay, so that's all the negatives. But why was this? Why is this a strong recommend for me? Firstly, it's Doctor Who, so I always recommend Doctor Who. But why is this really a strong recommend for me? Why did I love this so much? Yeah, what really makes this sing is how much Peter Capaldi loves being the Doctor. He just loves being the Doctor, and the interesting thing they translate that to screen by having the Doctor as a character. Loves being the Doctor. He loves it. He loves that he's the Doctor, and and you get a feeling that he hasn't been the Doctor for a long time, that he's been retired for like decades and decades, and he kind of really, really misses it. So yeah, when he finds this really interesting, curious person who he connects with, from across a lecture room, and the scenes of him giving his lectures are really, really fantastic. I just love those scenes. But when he connects to her, and he finds himself being thrust into the role again. Almost against his will. It's just glorious. You sense how much the character is enjoying being the character, and it's a bit of a slow process at first. The way they introduce it, because he's not. The premise is he's not allowed to leave Earth. He's guarding this mystery box. But the first thing they do is when they exchange gifts on Christmas. He hasn't got Bill a gift, and so he goes and gets the greatest gift ever, which is Bill's mother has passed away, and she doesn't have many pictures of it. So he goes in time, and he takes pictures of it. It's just beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing. It's one of the few things that there's such an incredible act of kindness that this is what the Doctor is. This is the essence of the Doctor. It's just pure altruism and kindness, just doing it because he can. So he goes throughout time. He goes through his Bill's mother's life and gets pictures of her, and then leaves the pictures in a shoebox in the back of a cupboard for her to find like the next day. And you see, and it's just the most wonderful. And then she's looking for the pictures, and she sees in the mirror the Doctor taking a picture, so she knows something's up. And again, it's absolutely fantastic. It really is. But what really pushes the Doctor over the edge into being the Doctor is Bill's close encounter with the girl she fancies. And again, it's a really important plot point that she connects with this girl and she fancies her. So which makes it even more of a problem. They keep screaming like, "Look at me! I'm gay and normal and gay." Does that scare you? It makes it so much more egregious because it's such an important plot point. It actually fulfills the bloody policy organically. You didn't need it. So it's Bill's close encounter with this girl she fancies and a puddle, which is really clever, which turns out to be intelligent leaked fuel. That leads to an awesome monster chase that brings the Doctor out into being the Doctor, and and you can just feel when he rushes her in Bill into the TARDIS, and she's looking away. She hasn't looked into the TARDIS. She's just like looking at the door that is closed, and yeah, and you can see how excited he is, how excited the character is. So he is a dog, and they play it a little bit for jokes, but a little bit for comedy. But it's fantastic because you can really see how much he loves it. He loves that he's like this incredible adventure in time and space. And there's this great bit. Yeah, she's looking away from the console room. The console room is all in black. So he runs down to the console when she's looking, and he positions himself to stand by the console. So he looks like a publicity shot. And he's going to give the whole spiel about all the time, all the space. It's just freaking awesome. And which kind of falls back. But again, that's what really sells this episode and this season. It's the love the Doctor has of being the Doctor. You can feel him saying, "I'm the mother effing Doctor, and you're about to have a trip of a lifetime." You can hear him thinking it. It's a fantastic trip. They have such a fun adventure. First they go and check the mystery box, boring. But then they go to Australia, and then they go to an alien planet. I remember the big deal they said about actually showing an alien planet was it wasn't even until he got to series 2. There was one shot with Bill Piper and David Tennant. They're on this alien planet. So now they finally worked out how to do it easily. And you love you see how much he's enjoying Bill's stepping on a first alien world and experiencing for the first time, experiencing it anew. And that's what's really driving the characters. It's wonderful. And finally their little chase takes them to an awesome the heart of a Dalek Mavellan battle, and the Mavellans look fantastic. Let's have some more of them. They really just work in a modern world, and I don't think they changed them one bit. They really, to my fanish eye, they look pretty similar to they always lived. So they always look, the joy of seeing Mavellans, both totally modern and totally traditional, just as remember, is a symptom of just the overwhelming joy of the episode. And it's that joy of the episode is the Doctor loving every second of introducing Bill to this wonderful wider universe of Doctor Who. He loves her sense of wonder, and he loves experiencing the universe through her eyes, which is something that he so desperately needs. He likes educating her. There's a great line he says, which is, is this evil? He says, no, most things aren't evil, but most things are hungry, and hungry often looks like evil from the wrong side of the cutlery. It's just wonderful little insights into that. Ultimately, it's the final scenes of this episode that really define the season, I think, and makes it so good. The Doctor, he has his little adventure, but he's not allowed to leave Earth, and he can't leave Bill with all this knowledge of time. So he goes to a race of memories, and that scene is just freaking wonderful. When she's like, please don't, she begs him not to do it, and then eventually says that she realizes that she can't stop him, and she says, but she last night said, just imagine what this would be done if somebody did this to you. And then they play the Impossible Girl music, which gives you a feeling that he kind of gets an idea that something was taken from him, some memories were taken from him, and I think it's that pushes him to not do it. He just has to run and get out. But he's awoken that part of him. She's awoken that part of himself, that's something that's been asleep from himself for so freaking long, and it's a part of himself which he thinks is the best part of himself. The explorer, the adventurer, his love of the universe. He's rekindled his love of the universe, which he kind of forgot about, and so I think that's what leads him to say, yes, let's just break the rules and do this because it's the right thing to do. And that's the heart of what great Doctor Who is. It's two people, two friends, two incredible friends connecting and having incredible adventures together and giving each other exactly what they need. She's giving her this incredible education, and she's giving him the ability to see the universe afresh and new again, which he so desperately needs in his last his last hurrah. Fantastic episode, so much fun. I really recommend it. I know the problems a lot of people have with it, but it's so, again, we're all trapped inside. If you're going to go over and check out anything new, go and check out season 10 again, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to be watching Smile tonight, probably. My name is Sheila Beckon, the Rabbi from Another Planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.